I sit by myself, talking to the moon. जिस तरह भी जाऊं, तुझको ही चाहूं. हमारा अब से मेरा तू, हमारा मैं भी तेरा हूँ. दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ, लेके अपना सा तू लगा. कैसे मैं करूँ बयां, जिस तरह भी जाऊं, तुझको ही चाहूं. हमारा अब से मेरा तू, हमारा मैं भी तेरा हूँ. दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ, लेके अपना सा तू लगा. कैसे मैं करूँ बयां, जिस तरह भी जाऊं, तुझको ही चाहूं. हमारा अब से मेरा तू, हमारा मैं भी तेरा हूँ. दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ, लेके अपना सा तू लगा. कैसे मैं करूँ बयां, जिस तरह भी जाऊं, तुझको ही चाहूं. हमारा अब से मेरा तू, हमारा मैं भी तेरा हूँ. दिल को जाने ये क्या हुआ, लेके अपना सा तू लगा. कैसे
Yo, every day I sit there and like that. Damn, that intro long as shit. Yo, I gotta cut that intro down or something.
Sir, we need to change our song too, please.
No,
I
listen.
mean, I liked it. It was a little shimmy. I liked it.
We don't get flagged with that song, sir. We got to keep music. We don't get flagged too. I mean, flags.
Okay. Touche. Hey man, we back every Monday night, 7 o'clock, same place, different people talking about different shit. Listen, we all are here, and I am so grateful of y'all being here with us today on this hour. How was y'all weekend?
Oh, first of all, we got a first time guest, sir. You got to introduce the guest, sir.
He can introduce himself. He been on here before, ain't he?
No, he been on Wild Wednesday. I don't think he been on his next podcast. Man, it's different levels. Levels to this shit. You feel me?
Okay, sir, introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, my name is Jeffrey. So, like Jason said, I'm the days and June's podcast on Tuesday. So, BJ hit me up and asked me to come on, just see what's going on.
All right. Well, thank you, sir, for coming for the first time. Pause. LaShane, thank you for coming back. Pause. B, thank you for being here. B, never mind.
Yeah. Man, you gonna talk after the show too because you tried to play me last week. We'll talk about it.
Cool.
A little bit.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's always smoke. Every week there's brand new smoke. All right.
So we got 3 stories, right? So there's a lot of shit happened this weekend. We got 3 stories, right? I'm gonna try to make sure they all ain't all sad and depressed. All right. So, damn, I didn't put the video up. So y'all seen the UFO that landed? What's that? Was in like Vegas? The body cam caught it, and then they said it was like an 8 feet tall shit. Came out. They got a picture of one, not the other one.
Yep, they got it on video, I thought.
Oh.
I keep trying to tell people that this is real, shorty. This is real. The aliens are coming.
I'm here for it.
I watch too many fucking movies.
I'm not.
They say
I don't. In my opinion, I'm sorry, B. I don't mean to cut you off. I apologize. Go ahead.
Which
Lashane, I apologize.
Oh,
Go ahead.
they say that a government has so much debt that they can't pay for the aliens to stay away no more.
Wow.
They say it's an extraterrestrial government and that everyone's paid their dues but the United States. So
you know, it's crazy. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
I'm not afraid of aliens.
Me either.
Me either.
I mean, you gonna get something like awesome, so simple. ET, you want to be your friend, or you gonna get like the predators coming down? They get coming to hunt us down. You know what I mean? Like, what you gonna get?
I'm not worried about either. I'm not worried about it either way because I feel like, in my opinion, I can learn something from an alien. They come from a different place. Would I hope that it's non-aggressive? Absolutely, because I'm trying to see something.
Sir.
I mean, shit. I need a hack, bro. Where we going?
Go ahead, log out, yo. Go ahead.
Matter of fact, when we get there, where we about to eat at? Because I'm trying to see something.
Oh my god.
So like I've seen some videos of like dolphins just going crazy and just like swimming on shore and like banging their head up against the rocks on the shore. I've seen videos of like hundreds of thousands of fish just on the shore just dead. So I don't know if it's something under the water that's like fucking it up, but you know what I mean? Like I've been watching too much because 70% of the ocean is unexplored. So yeah, we don't technically know what's down there. You know what I mean?
But they say they know more about the sky than they do the ocean.
Mm-hmm. But NASA started as an ocean exploration. They weren't.
Somebody probably told them, "No, baby, this ain't what you want," and they said, "You got it." My bad.
They ain't never been to the sky. I feel like even like the stuff that they be putting the broadcasting up, it look like scuba equipment. It don't look like no outer space, nothing.
Right.
Go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was just saying for good reason why they haven't been able to go that far in depth in the water because there's other realms down there. This is everything here. So above and below. So that's how it basically called, above and below. So they haven't cracked through much of anything above and below. So we have to be very cognizant of understanding this is all theatrics.
Mm-hmm.
They're going places and being places. That's not true. They've never been nowhere.
Did you hear about that guy, the whistleblower guy? That was
there's so many of those. Yeah, they've been taking. Yeah, that's a whole different.
He supposedly worked for the government, and he was saying that the aliens was coming, and then they fired him because he said that the aliens was coming. So I find that suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad people are letting out what's going on because at some point in time, you have to understand that you've been part of a whole thing this whole time. You've been lied. Some people can't deal with that after some point in time. You got to say, well, look, man, Dad, I've been doing this so long. I have a conscience.
So be delayed.
Facts. All right. So second story in our top three. Home Depot girl. The Home Depot girl. She is very, very attractive.
Easy, BJ.
Sorry. So the Home Depot girl, she worked at Home Depot, posted a selfie, and now everybody, you too cute to be working at Home Depot and all this shit. Like people were saying she must work in the paint department and all this. Like, listen.
Why?
She's just trying to survive every day. You know what I mean? Somebody said she started OnlyFans. She said that she ain't about to start no OnlyFans. She make a lot of money and all that. I might try to hear all that. That ain't the route she's trying to go. So anybody want to add some comments on the Home Depot girl?
I feel like she needs to do what it is that she want to do because one thing that I know in this world that we live in is they gonna talk about you either way. She can have her OnlyFans and they be like, why she got an OnlyFans? She got a really good job at Home Depot with benefits. But because she don't have an OnlyFans, is why she ain't got an OnlyFans and work at Home Depot. It don't matter what the fuck you do. They going to talk about you either way. So you might as well do what the fuck it is you want to do.
I don't think that's what people would say, that the opposite of like, well, why you have a good job at Home Depot, because society is not about working anymore. So I think that whole paradigm has just shifted now. So I think the OnlyFans conversation is where people want to take anyone of good looks. They want to put them into the light of like, well, why are you not trying to be seen if you're beautiful? If people are telling you you're beautiful, why ain't you trying to be seen as beautiful? So I think that whole working the quote unquote work a good job, whatever, that conversation is over.
Mm.
I feel that people are more or less trying to make people be more what do you call it, like a celebrity or known. They're like, oh, why don't you want to be known? Like, that kind of thing.
If that's the case, I need to go and quit my good
Like,
damn job and get an OnlyFans on.
Sir.
Listen, the list of OnlyFans people is through the roof. I mean, you got 50-year-old grandmamas and all kind of crazy.
Can I get an OnlyFans, baby?
What you gonna show everything?
I'm showing it all, baby.
So what?
Everything I got.
It go. All right,
Go
so
to your funeral, you better cut it out.
last one. One gotta go.
You like the taste of being true?
Oh Lord,
Ross.
What?
Gucci.
Ross, for real?
Ross,
Yeah.
I love Ross.
You
No, Fab gotta go.
No,
You-
what?
What?
Give a fab.
I don't like him.
Ross.
Gucci gotta go.
No,
Gucci gotta go.
he- say.
Okay, wait. Let's make sure we agree. Jeezy stays. Jadakiss stays.
Jada staying automatically. Jeezy is up in the air, but Jada Kiss is staying.
What?
Jeezy's
That
not-
pickle.
No
That
kid.
picklehead motherfucker need to stay in this group of people.
Fabulous. Ross is staying.
Ross has to go. He's a cop. He has to go.
Sir, we
Don't
all
do that.
know.
Don't
He's
do that.
He's the opposite of what a hip hop artist supposed to personify. The
But
dude
he has became himself a mogul. He proclaimed himself a boss
mogul. Yeah, a cop
20
mogul.
something years ago, and he accomplished that. I don't care what he
Oh,
did
okay.
before. It's me like, don't even do that. If anything, with Jadakiss is low key irrelevant compared to the other artists on there.
What?
Listen, man, if a guy can sit up here and tell you he stole a man's name and sued him for it,
Wow.
No, for real. Now that was crazy. I thought he was about to get a check off that. Like, how you steal my real name?
No, sorry. Now, if you're gonna paint a persona and lie about it, okay, cool. That's why Gucci.
He never lied. What he lie about?
Listen, you cannot be a cop and tell me you sold drugs as if you're a kingpin. No.
We let Plies go through the hood.
Wait a minute though.
Oh, hey. Oh, watch your mouth, my man. Plies.
Plies
But
was
wait,
the
he was
nigga
a-
with the baby, shooting niggas, all that other kind of stuff, and we found out his cousin was in jail talking that shit. Like, he wasn't even that, and we let him ride.
Plies on Ross's level.
I know, I'm just saying though. Niggas lie every day. You lie.
Nah, I don't have no reason to lie.
Ross get to stay.
Nah, Ross has
No.
Yo, he has
I don't agree.
If we're talking straight music,
Gucci has to stay. Gucci personifies a real quote unquote I did it and I said it kind of artist.
If Gucci stay, Jeezy got to stay because Jeezy put a hit out on that man and he killed the person.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yo, when they was on Versus and oh my God, I just knew all hell was about to break loose.
yeah.
And then they did a song together, and I was like, well, what the fuck? But yeah. All right, so tonight we came here to talk about the top 10 lies we were told growing up. So before we get started, my daughter said when her teeth fall out, she wanted to set a trap to catch the tooth fairy.
Just pour him in my hand.
She wanted to set a trap to catch the tooth fairy. I'm the fucking tooth fairy. You
Is he
wanna set a
talking to himself?
I was about to say, what is going on right now?
She can hear me.
Who are you talking to?
So my daughter said she wants to set a trap to catch the tooth fairy.
Oh,
Her tooth is about to fall out. She want to set a
So
trap
what-
to catch the tooth fairy.
so what the tooth fairy gonna do?
I'm trying to figure out why
I got an idea for you, bro.
gotta go to Michael's. You gotta get you some tissue paper and you gotta draw little wings on there and put it in a jar and be like, her body evaporated, but the wings are still here.
That's smart. I like
That's
that.
what I was about to say.
she write this shit down. Hold the
That's
fuck.
exactly what I was about to say.
I like that. Yeah.
Tooth fairy in a jar, but he's dead.
Yeah, just the wings.
But
She
it's
can't be dead too fairy. That would fuck her up.
but
All right. All right, so who want to start with their number 10?
This gonna hurt me more than it hurt you.
That wasn't a lie.
No, that wasn't a lie. That's not a lie.
Lie?
Fuck out of here.
It wasn't a lie.
It turned my
What you get
life
a what you get a whooping with?
Whoopings at all, huh?
That's not a lie.
What you get a whooping with?
It hurt you. Yo, it's pain to beat your kids, yo. That's pain.
It
Yeah,
is painful.
it is. That part is very true. It is
Yes,
painful.
it is.
Get at them.
My nigga, listen to me.
I'm no
And I say my nigga
an American male.
because I love you. But listen to me. Beating my child does not equate to making my child bleed their own blood.
Well, that's right there. That's something that's over
That's
into
true.
something, right? Yeah, that's crossing.
Listen, I bled. So that is a fucking lie. That should have been number one, but we gonna just start right there.
I mean, the last time
Ain't no way. Only way it hurt my daddy more than it hurt me was when I goddamn duck and that goddamn cord wrapped around his leg.
Oh Lord.
I've seen those whippings happen before.
And I'm not talking about the brown cord. I'm talking about the white cord that be in the wall with the copper wire in that bitch. With that thick, I think it's like a 0.5 gauge copper wire in that motherfucker with the white and the black one in it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't get me started.
All right, so we're gonna give him a second to breathe. We're gonna give him a second to breathe.
Right.
You need to.
Trauma is real. The trauma
But for
is
me personally, like I think the last time I whooped my daughter was she's 18, so maybe 7 years old. Like that's the last time. So believe me, like I had to handle something that day. And then after that, I said, I don't need to do
Thank you, baby.
I could just talk. I could just talk to her.
Yeah.
So, 7 years old. That was it.
See, it got to the point where I got so many damn whoopings, he was used to it. So I know it wasn't hurting him. Because he kept doing the shit.
All right.
He was bad.
Anybody else?
That's fuck.
Let's get Carlos.
That's fine.
It was bad.
As
Mom
fuck.
was holding my B-Day card money, and my mom said she was gonna hold it, and I never seen that money again.
No comment.
No.
I'm not.
I never seen it again.
Oh.
There's a long list of shit.
Mhm.
All right, B. You want to go?
What goes on in my house stays in my house.
Oh yeah, that's a lie.
That's not no.
Ooh.
That's not good. That's
Ooh.
not safe for this.
That's more traumatic. That's more traumatic than me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's because here's the thing. You tell a kid that growing up, they're gonna grow up to be a fucked up adult and they're gonna start keeping shit in, and you're gonna be trying to figure out why this person got anger issues. Well, I couldn't say what the hell was going on in my house. So no, that's a whole ass lie. Tell what the hell's going on. So if you need to be removed, be removed. Like I just
And then that's a lie anyway, because when your aunties call your mama is telling aunties.
It's telling the business. And he's saying it loud enough where you can hear it. So you like, okay, well, it ain't no damn secret.
Remember they used to spell it out? They used to spell certain words before you learn how to spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, no, these kids are smart. Hell, they can spell shit.
So I got hit in the mouth one time, right? Because I told my dad used to fix on houses. The one lady was a realtor. He turned around to this other lady. I told the lady, I said, yeah, I thought we was going to such and such house. He looked at me. I ain't think nothing of it, whatever. We got in the truck. Literally, I don't even think I sat down and closed the door all the way. My mouth was bloody. What goes on in my house, stay in my house. And it's like,
well, damn, dog.
They know each other. Like,
ain't that how we never knew that? I guess your grandfather had a whole other family when I was out of town because nobody ever said nothing.
Right.
Hey.
Me and my grandma just had this kind of conversation. Shout out to my Gigi.
Okay.
The crazy thing is that so far with just, a few minutes of this conversation is that it seemed like the adults almost wanted us to know what not to say. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like for them to tell you like, hey, go what goes in my house, stay in my house. Like, well, how did I know that was supposed to be a thing? You know,
Right.
How was I supposed to know you want me to keep secrets? I'm a child. Like, no,
I'm
that's
7.
But
Like,
as kids, though, honestly, we talk too goddamn much. Like my child is quiet, thank God. But I do hair, and I do little kids' hair all the time. And I'm like, how was school? It was fine. But then so and so got into this, and then they had to call my mama because I told the girl that she stank and all this other kind of stuff. And then my daddy had to come get me. Like I be knowing way too much. Like, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. You know, like.
well,
what
you
the fuck am I supposed
remember.
to do with that?
Children are little people. That's how I always thought about it with my daughter. They're little. They're not just kids. My daughter had this thing when she was growing up. Like, she had to be about 10 years old. And she always used to call herself a preteen kid. But she understood as she got older, she's closer to being a teenager. So around 10 years old, she just would label herself a half preteen kid. And I'm like, where did you get that from? She said, well, I just know that, 11, 12, 13 is coming. So I'm on my way up this thing. So she acted like a half preteen kid. She was silly, she was smart, articulate, but she just knew where she was in her world. So we're not talking to people that as if like, oh, you got to be 9. And what does 9 mean? Oh, you only into your comic books and you're only into this. No, they're just, if you're raising them, then you're raising them to be the adult you want them to be. It's just that they're just very smart and they're taking in everything. They're taking it all.
Facts.
I remember one time my brother, he was on a date and then he came and picked me and my sister up from the bus stop. He walked us to the gas station and then was walking us home. So I'm looking at this lady and I'm like, where is Lala at? Like, where'd she go? And he was looking at me like, shut up. I'm like, what's the problem? Did she die? Like, I was so curious. I wondered where the fuck Lala was that I didn't realize that he was on another date. Like, but
see what you did was right because you're used to that person, so you're
Right.
like, well, you're normally with such and such. Where
I got on punishment because of that. My mom was very upset. She was like,
how would you to say that? See, that's crazy.
Yeah.
that leads me into the next point. A child should stay in a child's place.
Good one. Good one.
Because what's a child's place?
Exactly.
I didn't even understand my role as being on this earth for 8 years. What the fuck is my place? I don't even know who I am. Like,
right.
That's true.
At that point, I didn't even know who my grandma's name was.
So I got a question then. I can piggyback off of that. So if I'm supposed to stay in a child's place, then why am I babysitting my younger sibling? Why am I cleaning up? Why am I babysitting? Not babysitting, but why am I cooking dinner? I'm supposed to stay in a child's place. So that's not a child's position. You did not discuss with me, first of all, to have a second child, because if I'm supposed to stay in my place, and obviously I'm an adult, if I got to watch your offspring that I did, you didn't ask me if you could have in the first place, right? Okay. Secondly, you have to teach me how to cook because I'm still a child, right? Because like I'm not an adult, I'm not supposed to be playing with fire and shit, but yet I'm supposed to stay in my place. So if you don't give me a direct synopsis of what the hell my place is, guess what? I'm all over the place now, which now I blame parents that raised my age group. That's why we grown acting as hell being young, because we had to be adults at 7, 8, 9 years old. We didn't have that life. So now you got to try to recoup that shit when you grown as fuck.
No, that's a fact.
That is very much facts. I have nothing to add to that.
Listen, I ain't even gonna get
Facts. Two snapbacks. What they used to say on
right. 2 snaps. Yeah.
You're gonna get arthritis. Anybody stop. Let me just say, they said if you keep cracking your knuckles, you're gonna get arthritis.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
If you sit too close to the TV, you're gonna go blind.
Lie.
If you eat carrots, it'll help your vision.
Lie.
If you keep making your face look like that, it's gonna get stuck.
It might be true. I believe that. Them damn wrinkles.
Yes.
I believe that.
There are people who are a lot more fair skinned than I, who are the same age as I, and definitely look about 15, 20 years older.
Yep. All that damn frowning.
And it start right here.
That's not
My,
right.
my son
I can't even do it. I don't have hairpins for lips, so I don't know how to even make the face.
Oh,
I don't
oh.
I got little lips. I still don't know the face.
You remember when they was
I have
pushing
no
the
lips.
agenda of we should go to college because we need a degree,
Oh,
be successful,
yes.
make money and stuff like that.
Mm-mm.
Big
No.
falsehood.
Yeah.
Big,
All
I got
college
one.
does is set you up for lifetime debt. The only thing that college does for you if you get a loan is it creates a long pay history. So when you go for a house, that is the oldest debt that you have, and they want to make sure you paying it on time. They don't look at shit else, but they look at the oldest thing that you have on your credit. So therefore, that is the only thing that it does for you, because somebody that didn't even graduate high school has more sense in that particular business than you do. They're gonna be the one going up the ladder, and your educated ass gonna still be flipping them burgers.
but let's play devil's advocate to that,
Please
and
do.
because this is where I believe our parents were sold sold lies.
Mm-hmm.
Because coming from my family's from the South, so
Okay.
from the South, we actually had twofold, right? We saw people work, we saw people go and get degrees. My mom went to Clark, but my dad went to the Army.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like twofold. So I know that, when it came to education, they were about it. But like me and my brother were two different people. I didn't go to college, but he did. I saw that I had to get to it faster, but he went the route of school. So it's like kind of a thing where it's a decision that a person makes and you have to live with it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I think what it is that sometimes we're sold on it because we feel that education is the way for Black people to be free, quote unquote, free. But at the same time, we don't know enough people who are into the business world that made their way without the degree. So it's like seeing one and not seeing the other. And that's why even with myself, I have my own business. So it's like now I came from the work world. I was in the work world for a long time and left my job 3 years ago. I'm starting my own thing.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you.
I feel like our parents. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I feel like our parents was built off off ignorance to pretty much.
There you go.
Like they didn't know what the fuck to do. They just knew what the plain generic blueprint of the world was, and then that's what they fed us. Luckily for us, we kind of saw through the bullshit. Like, because my sister went to Clark and was in there for 5 years. She finally graduated, got an internship at fucking Emory or something like that. She was supposed to be a brain surgeon. She fainted as soon as the surgery was getting started. All those years she spent and going to school and getting this degree, and she couldn't even do it. Now she does
Pause.
IT. Like,
Pause. So in 5 years of her being in school to be a brain surgeon, she never seen a damn brain.
no, not
She
like
do residency?
like, yeah, for someone to completely have their head cut open and be prepared to go into brain surgery. No, I mean, they make you perform on animals and stuff like that before you go into the actual.
They don't even look at cadavers.
I mean, cadaver, that's not like blood perfusing from somebody's head. Like, it's not the same.
Nah, night and day.
Not even close.
I don't know.
I mean, I used to go up to the school with her and go to her labs and stuff like that. And I mean, I was excited. I was thinking that I was gonna go to Clark and do all that other kind of shit. And then I started thinking about. I was like, I don't even like Walmart. I don't like a whole bunch of people. I can't walk around the campus for hours at a day, be on no schedule. I'm not doing that.
So, remember in school, we had to learn how to count because we're never going to walk around with a calculator in our pocket.
I would swear that's what my next point was going to be. I swear that's what my next point was going to be.
All the goddamn time. And I got a calculator right in our goddamn pocket.
All day, every day.
That's not really a lie. They couldn't predict the future, I guess. Let's fit it.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this.
Dan, can I?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
I'm gonna start some shit with this lie.
There you go. I'm out, Jordan.
The only way for you to be saved is if you accept Jesus Christ. Total complete fucking lie.
Go deeper.
The reason why I say that is when people say that you can't talk to God unless you go through Jesus, I'm not about to go through a deity. He walked the earth. God has never walked anything. thing. So why would I go through a deity? I can skip the deity and talk to him myself, right? So if you say that I should adhere to the Holy Spirit, so you mean I'm supposed to adhere to my ancestors because that's who talks to me. And so then you're telling me to talk to God, I got to read the Bible. Okay, so therefore I'm reading a book of spells. So whichever spell gets me closer to God, why do I need to accept Jesus Christ? For what? For what? And then another lie is people say you need to be more like Christ. Well, if that's the case, then he bought that lie. So I'm gonna be as violent as I possibly can be. I'm gonna start going into temples and tearing up stuff. I'm gonna start doing necromancy. I'm gonna start doing tarot. I'm gonna go to the mountain and talk to a snake and a goat. I am going to do everything that all the spiritual people do that y'all talk about us for. Please keep telling me these lies so that way I can just go through and break all that down.
Okay. Hey, listen. That's actually a great breakdown, yo.
Just saying. And then I'm about to start some shit again because I had a lady say this to me. If you see this podcast, I'm about to start. What I'm saying is, like, you know, I told her, I said, yeah, you know, with us being in this church with all these people with these bad spirits coming in here, we need to sage the building, right? You need to cleanse, you need to pray, open the windows and release it. Oh, that's not of God. Oh, so you belonging to a sorority is of God, because if we break down that breastplate, that pentagram is on there, baby. I was like, y'all are the devil worshipers. I said, but my little sticks and twigs are not of God. Oh, okay, we're gonna see who at the gate first, as I'm watching you spiral down to back to earth, since that's not of God.
Now that's
and furthermore, it's like with you being in a sorority, basically you're the rejects of the Eastern Stars and the other people. You couldn't get lineage.
Yeah, low on the totem pole.
Very low on the totem pole.
High on the totem pole, actually.
Low.
High.
If you're not a Mason or if you're not a Mason or Eastern Star, you're on the bottom. You have
but
to be
the bottom of the totem pole is the strongest point.
No, it's really not.
It's the opposite.
It's the middle. That's
either
what it don't matter.
Okay.
It's the bottom. Tomatoes.
But I think you made a great point about something that, you know, we could go a little deeper.
Absolutely.
Those things that you mentioned, the sage, the word ancestor, those things that people in the church don't use, right? So they're from their lineage and their heritage about these things that our ancestors used. So you know how just like back in the day that, you know, it was when I was growing up, I went to a school, elementary school that was started by a black woman and her husband. They were Jamaican. But what it was is that they based the school foundation was based on everything cultural.
These little motherfuckers flipping in our yard.
They grew their own food. They had
Let some children play.
that created. She had music, played instruments. This is all I was doing in elementary when I was very young, 5, 6 years. I actually skipped a couple of grades, whatever like that. But even when kids were sick, she would use castor oil and all these things that we don't use at all anymore. So that's a great point. We're very disconnected from our roots, even church.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, you can't sit up here and tell me a lie and then tell me that, oh, well, you shouldn't be wishing bad on someone, but yet you tell me a scripture to take care of a problem. Then you go to the vengeful God that you want to be so much like and say, well, God's going to take care of that person. So how is you doing a curse and me doing a curse any different? How?
Listen, my biggest peeve, and my mom always gets mad at me because and I don't like to say it like that, but I tell her like, yo, you know, you a holy roller and I get it.
Bible thumper, all of that.
Right. So I always say to her, I said, well, you know, y'all go to church so much, but I said, it's a lot of scripture that y'all don't talk about. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, well, first of all, y'all pray all the time. And I always ask, I said, well, what about faith without work? And she just get real quiet. I'm like, yo, y'all pray a lot, but y'all don't do anything.
You don't.
Y'all don't do anything. Y'all don't put anything in action. Y'all sit back a lot. And I'm like, you can't be sitting back. Gotta take these things by the horn and go and do it. Like, yo, that. So at that time, she really like, you know, we would bump heads about it. But after a while, she started to understand, like, you know what, you kind of right. I just can't yelling and talking. I gotta be doing as well.
Right. And then what most people won't tell you, and then my sister can read that Bible back and forth. She can recite it. But I said, so I'm gonna need you to go back to the part where they took out pedophile and added homosexuality in the 60s. Since you know the Bible so well, they took it out because they was humping on little boys. But no, nobody want to talk about that shit. No, because having same sex is that's just all bad. When back in the day, the Philistines and all of them, the Greeks and all of them, yeah, when they finished with the female, they got rammed up the ass afterwards. So please tell me, why are we following these nasty ass colonizers that came to our country and they totally just flipped what we were about and then had the nerve to demonize our shit? But your stuff is pure. You're not even real. Y'all ain't even real. Fight you might want to fight your mama because I'm a little bit worse than that.
Listen, let me. Lord Jesus. All I'm gonna say is,
let's get to something else.
You make very good points.
Y'all said the lies we were told, so I'm just following instructions.
You need a hug, man. I get
hugged all the time. DJ, don't start with me.
I just feel the tension, like it's just.
It's not.
Well, right.
I'm in a good mood, actually.
Shit, I hate to see you in the back. God,
you don't. You don't.
All right. So, growing up, we was taught that family is everything. That's a fucking lie.
No, that's a lie.
That's a lie and a half. That's two lies.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't know either. You know, one thing about family, you don't get to pick them. You don't get to pick them. But my thing is like when women have like family issues and they be like, oh, I'd rather just deal away with them or whatever. I don't want to be bothered with them. I'm like, if you can't deal with like the person you start off with and like you're so quick to just banish them off, like I just don't feel like you know how to have a solid relationship with people.
Can I ask a question?
No, I disagree. I disagree. Hold on, B, please. Let me take this.
My hand up. I'm gonna wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, B.
No, I was gonna
you on the road.
No, I'm just going to ask her, like, okay, so even though that they're ready to deal away with it, have you ever considered that person served their purpose? It's just like a friendship. If you and your friend are done being friends, they were only for a season. So consider this. Your relationship with your parents can be seasonal, and as it should be. Your relationship with your siblings should be seasonal because you all have to leave your homes to start your own family. So therefore, you really find out who that person is when you're away from them and they develop their own personality. So, that's just what I think.
I'm not saying I'm not saying like seasonal. I understand because I have a very strong personality and sometimes I can't be bothered with people in my family. Like that's just a given. But I'm just saying like to be like, I'm never fucking with them again. Like, you know how like some siblings, like they beef for years and they just don't fuck with each other. Like me and my sister, we are two completely different sides of the spectrum, but we still, when it's time to do something family oriented, we're there. We don't bring our personal issues into the thing. But when it's some person says like, oh, I can't be there because my cousin gonna be there and I ain't fucked with my cousin in years, like I feel like there's something like an underlying mental issue with that.
Yeah, I get that part. Carlson, go ahead. You was gonna say something.
I was just gonna say, like, I know for me and the way my family dynamic is set up, that
don't you come in here talking shit.
Oh, there he go.
Sit your ass back and eat your food, Linda.
Oh God.
For me and my family, it's weird. I don't know if I'm really ready to talk about that and go real deep into it, but for the most part, I don't fuck with them folks. And I've told them time and time again to their face, fuck them folks. I don't fuck with them. They don't fuck with me. And that much is evident. I've only ever had 2 people in my family actually help me. And one of them is dead.
Okay.
And when it comes to family, I truly believe in the saying that your family isn't the one you're born into, it's the one you build.
Right.
And I feel like people who allow the family that they're born into to shape who they are and how they do everything it is that they do are completely lost. And the reason why I say that is because if you know that your family ain't shit and they taught you a bunch of bullshit, why are you continuing the cycle?
Mm.
Okay.
Change the people that you hang around, change the people that you allow to be around you so
Yeah,
you don't end up like the people that you can't stand.
Yeah.
that's a
But
good point.
Well,
also, I
And
feel like though. Oh, sorry.
no, go ahead.
But ideally, when you banish those people away and you're like, okay, I'm not dealing with my family, you're creating like you're trying to fill a void with somebody else because you didn't get that from somewhere else. Like, so I feel like you're trying to put someone in that
let me
position.
let me
I don't give a fuck.
quick. I'm gonna say
I,
something to
okay.
build on what.
Listen, I'm sorry, real quick, Jeff. Real quick, Jeff. Listen, there is no spot to fill with me.
I'm not trying to say to get you
No,
defensive or anything.
not. I'm not saying that you're saying that. I'm just saying in general, there is no spot to fill. Fuck them
Because I
folks.
mean, honestly, if we honestly speaking, like I'm adopted. I don't even know my birth parents at all. So I was chosen by the people that chose to take me into their family. Were they the best people in the world? Absolutely not. Did we have our spells where we didn't fuck with each other? Absolutely not. Was there growing pains? Hell fucking yes. I mean, ideally, when I was a little kid, as I got older, I was like, I ain't fuck with them. I'm running away, and I'm not dealing with all of them. Like blah 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 blah. But ideally, I'm like this. I had a second chance, to create a foundation with people that chose to love me. Our parents did not. Our parents could have got rid of us the first time they found out they were pregnant with us, but neither one of my parents decided to do so. So I just feel like love is chosen, communication is chosen. How you decide to walk your path and grow as a person dealt with the cards that you're dealt with is all on you. Like, but that's
Yeah,
just
I want
yeah,
to
I absolutely agree with that.
that he said something that was very profound. Was that he said that people that helped him. See, when a child is coming up, they recognize people who are in their corner.
Yes.
Playing
Yes.
that they're understanding the person who was bring them to the side and say, "Yo, this is what it is. This is how it is. Yo, you need to be about like this." Okay, let me give example. When I first started my business, I was able to give my daughter her first job. She never worked until she worked with her father. I'm very proud of that. So now my little cousin is going to start working with me next week. It's his first job. So the opportunity
Hmm.
to lead someone into a path is
Hmm.
what they're looking at, because there's a lot of people who out here just, give you a plate of food and give you a bed. That ain't all what it's all about.
Yeah,
It's all about building. So when he says like, yo, I'm not messing with people because of how they're treating me or the people I love, you're going to take that and hold that very close, because if you have a love and adoration for somebody and they're being mistreated, you're looking at the people who are doing it like, yo, you would do them like that, then you would do me like that. And that's
hmm,
how you start moving pieces off the board, because you don't
hmm,
want to be mistreated. As long as you're growing and understanding your mental capacity, you don't want to be mistreated. So then you're
Mhm.
going to go with people who say, yo, I got your best interest. They're not just saying it,
Yeah.
they're
yeah,
doing it.
yeah,
And that's what young kids are looking at now. You can tell a young kid, yo, man, you need to get your act together. Well, show me how to get my act together, dog. Don't just tell me to get my act together.
Yeah.
facts,
Show me
Yeah.
how to get
Yeah.
it. Show
facts,
me what you did.
Yeah.
Don't
facts.
tell me. That's the problem with family. They do a lot of this, but not
Yes.
a lot of doing.
yeah.
Ain't nobody teach, and I feel like that's why our generation is way different. And whereas though we are the reason why the world is changing
Mm.
because of how we were brought up, and a lot of us were brought up in generational curses, and we don't want to pass that bullshit on. Like
Mhm.
we have to, even with this podcast every week, I look at it as we giving each other game. And
Yeah.
this is what it's about. And also, you have to get a kid's game. Like, people have to understand, like, when a child asks a grown up question, for instance, right? I feel like that child's mental capacity is beyond what they understand, but they're standing at the edge of the cliff wondering, okay, what's going to happen if I jump?
Exactly.
So why not give them the game? If they're there and they're asking, tell them what it is they need to know. And I feel like that's goes back to stay in a child's place. Nah, fuck that. Because if I have an intelligent child and this child is asking me shit that a normal 7-year-old wouldn't be asking, I'm gonna tell him or her what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not. It might not be this abrasive, but I definitely am going to break it all the way the fuck down.
Yeah.
And not only talk, I'm going to show them.
Fact.
Because a lot of times, if you think about it, even in our adult years now, right? Somebody can tell you, oh, such and such, and what do we all say? Well, shit, I got to see that for myself.
Sometimes depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't need to see shit for myself. I put your word on it.
Right.
It's true.
All right. So who next? Nobody else?
Jeff, which one you got, Jeff?
I like, well, for me it's very I'm more of a man, and my daughter always laughs, yo. She said, Dad, when you get around people, when they say stuff, you kind of like, I love to push conversation. So, when I hear people, talk about, like, even my mom used to tell me, like, hey, you gotta work extra hard, like harder than who? Like the whole black people gotta work harder. Like, no, we don't. White people
You gotta be twice as good to be. You gotta work twice as hard to be half as good.
Yeah.
So I got a rebel against that, because a lot of people are lazy. A lot of people like to use the excuse that, oh, we black, so we don't get the same opportunities. But have you worked? Have you did something? People like to sit around and not do nothing. And that's why I always be like, yo, you got to get up and do something. You can't just sit around and not do nothing. Like, and then talk about how, black people got it so bad. Like,
but
what
that's
have you done to change your situation?
That's not that's not strictly to black people. See, that's the thing. We're putting words with groups. Lazy and black don't go together. Lazy and everybody go together. Yeah. Lazy and everybody. See, that's the part where when you say black people got to work twice as hard, that's a lie. We don't have to work twice as hard, because there's other groups of people who are lazy twice as much. So why are we put with this thing that we have to do? We don't have to work twice as hard.
You really just, as long as you work, you are doing goddamn 3 times better than them.
Yeah.
We can outwork them just coming to work. See, that's the thing. See, this is where we got to break a lot of these weird stereotypes, because I've worked for Pepsi for 17 years. There's nobody in that place that probably worked harder than me. But once I realized the threshold of where I was not going to move up, or this wasn't happy anymore, I would come home. My wife is like, yo, you're angry now, you're this, you're that. I got to do something now, because I'm not me. So when I'm not me, that means I had to move on. And that's one thing too about us as well. We don't have to stay at these places and build these companies up, and then they overlook us and they just give people promotions over us and all that stuff, and we just stay in line and say, well, we'll get a chance. Nah, step on out, bro. Step out. This is why it's so important now for our children to see business owners and people who are going into their own work. Like, I see that, Carlson, you drive trucks. Like, I was telling my daughter the other day, I saw a video of a father with his son, and the kid was like no more than 10 years old. And
he was driving at 13 speed.
Man, bro, I was like, yo, I was happy just to see that, because now that young brother understands, well, I can drive it, but now also too, I can own a truck or two or whatever.
Mm-hmm. You never know. You never know like what. And it's crazy, because we've seen a lot of bullshit to the point where we know the effect of not exposing a child to something that they're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I used to be very interested in drawing, calligraphy, and all that kind of stuff. I had a very good imagination. I could draw anything I see. But because my dad didn't know that an artist can be a millionaire, you know what I mean?
Go there.
That part was stifled in me.
Go there.
And it's crazy because now it's like like I said earlier, like I really truly feel like you have to give a child what it is that they want. You have to allow that child to live their own life. Whatever life it is that they want to live, let them do it.
Yeah, agreed.
Facts, man. Because I mean, even me personally, I always told my daughter, the world is coming back to working with your hands. I've been telling her years and years and years, the world is coming back to it. People are going to start having to start doing things with their hands because that's just how it works. Things come back and things leave. So I didn't tell her what to do. I just told her, work with your hands. So she just got finished graduating and being certified as a cosmetologist. So it's like, I didn't do anything but put it on her. Like I just said, hey, this is how the world is going. Work with your hands. And she decided. So now I'm about doing her path. It ain't my path, it's hers. But we have them to, like I said, do what they want to do.
And that's great. That's very good advice. And I commend you for that because it's like you didn't tell her what to do. You just gave her an idea of what to do.
Right.
She could have did anything.
Yeah.
She could have been a rocket ship mechanic. You know what I mean? Like you working with your hand, and it's just work with your hands. That's it. Like you left it there. Whatever you want to do, just make sure it's something that you're working with your hands.
Yeah, because I have a partner in Chicago. He has a cousin. She's a welder. Like there's women welders and all. Like my wife's brother is he works in electronics and with his hands. It's like I just see that where the world was going back to, where people black people have always had a trade, and that's what make her.
I was gonna say something. You
have a trade.
We gonna welcome the late bloomers, Stacks and Dennis.
I'm sorry for being late.
No, don't be sorry, bro. Don't be sorry. Apologize. Be apologetic.
I'm not
Dennis
sorry.
got it. Wait a minute. We might have to get Dennis a pass because he got a haircut. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! Why?
Wait, that's it?
Like
I
that.
just got my hair. You know what? No doubt.
He's
I'm letting you know. Ain't nobody they know work harder than me. I wasn't saying sorry that I was late. Fuck that, I'm late. I want to show up to the party late, my dick out, and say some shit.
Whoa! What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, what the
Okay, no doubt.
God damn.
Oh, no doubt.
Work like that. All right, so we talking about the top 10 lies we were told growing up. So do y'all have anything to add? Stack. Oh, wait. Stack.
Did he put his dick away?
Stack.
Okay. I'm back. As long as it's not in the screen anymore, I'm back.
Says the man that script before the show is over. We saw that one time.
This is why I'm firing motherfuckers and shit. This is why.
Hey man, listen, it's been a little bit.
Bad BJ, what'd you say?
Oh, so you way too excited to answer, so I'm scared to even let you go. Like,
no, let him go.
I can run off a shit ton of lies that I was told as a kid.
Sir, we just need one right now, sir.
Oh, video games wasn't going to lead to no type of fucking
job
in the future. You got kids now that's making $30-40 million a year drinking Mountain Dew and fucking playing Call of Duty.
No, they just had a $30 million Fortnite tournament.
Yeah. Won by a kid who's 13. Mother ain't got to work no more. You know why? Because she bought him a gaming computer at 8. I would say her investment was well received.
Yeah,
30 million.
Yeah.
It don't honestly, Stacks, that's not something that you just hear as kids. You hear that in certain parts of relationships too. Like, I know girls I met that didn't like me playing the game. Like, they did not want me to play the game.
But you had to don't just leave it there. It had to be a reason why they said that, not just because they didn't want you to play the game.
Because
Yeah, they wanted more attention. I'm sorry, Jeff. You're right. Let me say the whole story. They wanted more attention from me. I wasn't giving it. You're absolutely right, Jeff. You're absolutely right, Jeff. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, balance your shit.
Yeah, I agree with her. Yeah.
I bet y'all do.
Listen, my husband plays video games, and I keep trying to encourage him to go further with it, right? But he just does it at his leisure. I'm like, hey, we need to set up these TVs, mount them on the wall, so you can make money off this.
I like that. That's what I'm talking about. You see something he likes, you with it.
I am though. Like gaming chair, what you need to be comfortable. Because when I tell you, my husband is
I need a gaming chair.
Very smart. I'm not. You got a wife. You ask her.
Do it.
As an adult, if you lose to an 8-year-old kid and he start talking,
No, I need a gaming computer, a super computer for that.
You say lose to an 8-year-old.
You lose to an 8-year-old.
Now, hold on. BJ, I'm gonna keep it real with you. BJ, I'm gonna keep it real with you. If I lose to an 8-year-old on the internet, I don't care. If I lose to an 8-year-old in my house, fuck that.
What you gonna do?
Fuck that. I don't know. If it was my nephew, I might drown his punk ass. I don't know. You never know.
Wow.
I was playing Call of Duty yesterday with my son, right? And I guess this was the coming to Christ moment because
Lord,
he dropped a 20-kill game, and I'm looking like, how you do that?
Wait, in Warzone?
In Warzone, 20, bro. A 20 bomb. Crazy.
That's do that shit on a regular basis.
Yo, and he made it seem like it was regular.
Yeah, that's normal for them. Because they be moving so fucking fast that they got their speed and everything turned up because they play with their settings. So they move so fast. So if we watching their screen, we getting a headache because everything is just going this fast, but they see every fucking thing.
Bro, he called out a sniper that was like 400 meters away and I didn't even see him. I'm like, huh? Where you see that? Oh, don't worry, Dad, I got him. What? Yo, these new kids, they're different, man. They're fucking different.
Very.
All right, Dennis, what you got, Dennis?
A lot that I heard growing up, I had to find out when I was older was true.
Santa Claus.
I don't want to say nothing. I don't want to say nothing that's like in my range because first thing I was gonna say is, you eat coochie, your beard grow, and I realized that was a lie. So
I don't know.
If people who have beards know that's a straight lie, though. So.
It is a lie, sir.
I said I had to find that out.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, just not eating it right.
I'm about to say.
I'm just joking. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
She stay crossing that line. She always crossing that line.
Wait a minute, y'all. I don't know if y'all keep seeing this hand come in the screen.
If she ain't trying to be on the show, she can't be in the background yelling out comments. Send her the link.
Listen.
And tell her to go out of the room.
Wait a minute. First off, no.
And now she don't want to
No.
First off,
Los, the way you said no, I was going to ask you something, but you know what? I leave it alone.
Hey, look at me. This is her house.
All right, so do the Santa Claus issue go on the list?
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so because I feel like telling kids that there is a Santa Claus helps them build their imagination.
Fuck that.
I grew up in a very pro-black house, right?
Nah, ain't nobody
my grandmother was very, very, very.
Relax.
My grandmother was very, very cognizant and very stern on saying, "I'm the one working this OT to get you the new motherfucking video games and sneakers and all that shit. You ain't gonna get no mysterious white man. No, that's me. That's how she. You ain't gonna get no mysterious. Come in. What white man gonna come in the chimney in the projects? Come on, Jared.
Nah, man.
She's like, nah, that's me. I'm clocking in and out. I'm the one doing this shit. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to my imagination. When I found out, my imagination was shot. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Wow.
My imagination was shot.
Seriously?
A white man.
I found out like 7, 8 years old. My homie, like I was dead serious. So like he was like, then You still believe in Santa Claus? I'm like, dog, he come down my grandma's chimney. What you talking about? He's like, then you gotta stop. Like, mind you, we both 7, 8 years old. We both around the same age. So he like, then this is what I want you to do tonight. Don't go to sleep. And tell me who put those presents under the tree. So I'm going in on him before he even say all that. I'm like, dog, Santa Claus even eat the cookies I make for him. What you talking about? Like, I'm really going in, right? Man, I stayed up that night, and the tree was like right there, so you could like look downstairs, you can see the tree. Seeing my mom and them put the presents right under the tree.
Smoking weed, they got high and
My
ate the
grandpa
damn
was supposed to
cookies.
eat the cookies. He never ate the cookies. He got drunk.
So you didn't feel even more happier to see that it was your people doing it for
Facts.
you. You didn't feel happy about that?
No, not at 7, 8. No.
You wanted it to be a
wanted to see the
mysterious
jolly,
white dude
a jolly
coming
guy
in,
in the
no
red
doubt.
suit.
You wanted to see the dude that you've been imagining about. That all them fucking Home Alone movies you done watched and them Santa Claus movies and all that. All this motherfucker you done took pictures with at the mall. You done pissed on his leg and everything.
So
That's the guy you thought that was coming down your tree.
I have a question
Come
though.
to find out, that ain't the guy.
As a parent now, though, I fully understand what my grandmother was getting at. Because, like, I'm the one that's clocking in and out doing all these goddamn hours. I would be pissed off in the morning. You're like, oh, look, Santa Claus loves
Not
you.
me, sir.
Yeah?
Not me.
Whose mic is that?
Yeah.
I'm trying to go.
I hope it's not Carlos. That's terrible.
I muted Carlos first. Jeff ass. Come on, Jeff.
Hey, look, I got one for y'all, right? I knew Santa wasn't real because y'all remember, I don't know how y'all everywhere else, but in Detroit, report cards came out right after the Christmas break.
No,
What's fucked up is my birthday is also January 1st. So on the rare occasion that I did get something for Christmas and or my birthday, January 12th, all that shit got took back to the store.
Let me
I
tell
guess
you.
Santa Claus left them.
Hey, let me tell you something.
Santa was an Indian giver in my house.
All right, so I'm about to leave out the door, and I'm about to leave Dennis in charge. But let me let y'all know. My grandfather passed away. My grandfather passed away when I was like 25. My mother's name is Michelle. When she got remarried, her last name was Jones. Michelle Jones. 25 years old at my grandfather's funeral, I found out Michelle wanted my mother's first name. It was the fucking middle name.
Don't feel bad.
So I was like, hold on, that's wrong. That's not her name. They telling me shut the fuck up and shit. Like,
Jeff, you might got to go out and come back in, Jeff.
Crazy, right? Crazy. Now I'm sitting over there looking 10 carats stupid and whatnot because I got the.
So what was her first name?
Her first name is her middle name. Her middle name is Mabel. I just thought that they was calling her that because it was her middle name. I thought that's why they called it that. I didn't know that was her first name. 25 years old. Dang. I'm not the oldest child.
I thought my grandma's name was Grandma.
No. My grandma was a real one. She taught me how to forge her signature.
Oh no! I got the shit slapped out of me when I did that.
Nah, she taught me how to do it. She a real one.
No, we ain't doing no shit like that.
Wow.
She's like, I ain't got time for that. You don't want to go on a trip? Here's the money. Sign it. I'm like, I love my GG.
I wasn't allowed to go on field trips because no.
Damn,
was bad.
What's wrong with you? What the fuck was you doing
bad as shit. I was bad as shit. Listen, because school was literally my only outing. I didn't go nowhere. I didn't do shit but go to school. I didn't have bad grades. My citizenship was just fucked up.
You know what? I feel that. I wasn't allowed to walk in my graduation because I told the principal to suck my SMD.
Whoa, wait. What graduation?
My high school. I walked to my college graduation, absolutely. But my high school graduation, absolutely not.
Nobody got no principals in college, do they? I don't know. I ain't never seen it.
The dean of students.
It's a dean.
Yeah. My goofy ass was about to say headmaster. I don't know.
Huh?
That's a private school.
Huh?
Right.
Oh, yeah, okay, all right. Okay, all right.
That's your
Not
man.
bad.
You can stick beside him.
Stick beside me, baby. Yeah.
That's a
I
mess.
don't know.
So
Only reason I
basically,
don't know
I
who
feel
got
like
kicked out of graduation, they put the ROTC boy in charge of our graduation. So he was trying to organize us to get us to do what we need to do. And me, it was starting to get too hot. I wasn't coming to school on time. I didn't give a fuck. Nothing you can really say because I'm graduating. So ain't too much you can really say to me. So then he like threatened me and was like, well, you ain't gonna walk. Well, who gives a fuck? You gonna give me a diploma today? Nah, shit, I won't be there. Then he got mad because I said all that. I was like, listen, I'm gonna walk down the aisle because my pop and my mom told me to. That's why I'm walking down the aisle. But if it wasn't for them two, I'd have took this diploma and I'd have walked out. Let you know that, all right? I
My
really don't give a damn. I did
man.
what I need to do.
so.
My mom
So
almost
am I the only one? Am I the only one who has people at 30? I'm 35. There's people who's like 38 and 39 years old who graduated with me.
What year you graduated?
'06.
I
No, I
graduated
ain't.
06.
I
Nah.
don't know. You the
You are a
reason
baby.
you had those people. The reason you had those people that graduated with you because you had people that was in TOPS class. And see, TOPS class stand for too old for public school.
Oh my God. Okay
That's
then.
TOPS class.
Had those?
That's top. They say something
I
else
was
like
definitely, I was
technical,
That was
definitely in a,
over
night
advanced.
school
You
for
know,
us.
I definitely got put into an alternative school.
I
TOPS
was
class.
gonna say that was
You was
usually
with
night
the
school
people
for
at
us.
TOPS
That's where
class.
all the pregnant girls went to night
Oh
school.
Lord. He not lying though. That's where
No
they did
cap.
go.
That's where all
They
the
No,
did
and the
pregnant
go.
girls
babies,
went.
and they had a daycare downstairs for the baby.
No
That's
cap.
crazy.
Real
Yeah.
Yeah,
talk.
Real.
that was high school, dog.
Hey,
I
but they
want to know.
graduated. Hey, look, shout out to them. They graduated with us though.
No,
Right, they
but you know
graduated
what's
on it. They
crazy?
did what they need to do.
Everybody in my graduating class didn't even graduate. Everybody walked, but everybody didn't. They said their name, they walked across the stage. But when they opened up their folder, it says, see you in summer school.
Oh hell no! I couldn't listen.
Oh, that's
Listen, I couldn't pull
childish.
no shit like that with my mother. She wasn't playing that because
Hey,
her cousin
listen.
already pulled some shit like that when she graduated. So the only thing that she kept saying to me when I was in ninth grade, because I came home from ninth grade, I told her the story about my principal. My sister principal said, it's 500 of y'all in ninth grade, but only half of y'all gonna graduate. Some of y'all gonna be on a 5-year plan. My
Oh
ass like, what the fuck is a 5-year plan? Only 4 years of high school, dog. And he was like, yeah, you failed. That's the fucking 5-year plan.
Only reason why I graduated at 19 is because my birthday is January 1st. But what's crazy is when I came back off Christmas break that year of 2006, the principal came in our class and got to read names off. And this is like one of my only regrets is when he came in there and read everybody's name off, he said, get out of my school, you graduate. This is in January. We didn't graduate until June.
wow.
Yo, you know what?
I hit
That
the
was so
block with it.
good.
My
I
last
wish I would have went to somebody's college, but I mean, I went to the school of hard knocks
my
or
last
hard
market
knocks.
period, all I had was gym, bro. I was literally coming to school at 12 o'clock just to go to gym and then going home at like 1:30.
Yeah, I had work release.
I ain't
Yeah, I
had no
did.
work
From
release
like
time.
January all the way to June. That's literally all I was doing. I
I wish
I ain't,
I wish I would have went into those trade classes and stuff like that. But I ain't give a fuck. All I wanted to do was smoke weed and go home.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, I had a 3.4. Something worked.
My mama ran out of gas taking me to graduation, and then luckily I seen a classmate at the light, and I hopped out and got in the car with them.
Chill out.
I swear. They
For
thought my mom was trying to find her seat. I was like, this is so ghetto.
senior dish day, we accidentally burnt my homeboy mama truck up.
How the
You
fuck?
see, I was ghetto. I went and got my nose pierced.
It was at Belle Isle. We accidentally set her truck on fire at Belle Isle.
Y'all the worst.
Jimmy was there. Him and Javier was there.
Ain't there a game tonight? The playoffs?
I don't know.
I think that was a game
So
last.
so basically what we've learned on this Monday.
what was the lies that y'all heard? I didn't hear y'all lies. I'm sorry. I was at work. I just got home.
He was
Watch the
late.
rerun.
I was gonna say, watch
It's been recorded, sir. You can go back and watch it. Basically, I'm about to wrap it up. So basically, what we've learned today is don't lie to your damn kids. Tell them kids the truth. Because as adults, we hold on to every fucking lie that y'all told us. And now that we're grown, we can tell y'all full of shit. Y'all full of shit. Quit fucking lying all the goddamn time. Tell the goddamn truth to these kids.
And when your kids get money, don't say you're holding on to it and keeping it. Give them their fucking money.
That was my lie.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yo, you said yeah, nah. You keeping it?
No, my
No,
mommy.
no, I was about to say, nah, I got a worse one than that. How about selling candy for the school and then the goddamn parent take the goddamn money and be like, oh, I'm gonna pay it back before the money is due. Then the money is due and you sitting there looking like, I want a bike.
I blame the school. I blame the
And
school
then,
for that.
and
Too.
then you got all these goddamn grown-ups like, where the fuck is my candy? Go ask my daddy. That's what I started telling them. Go ask my daddy.
Right.
But again, that's literally 95% of the reason why I was always getting my ass whooped, because I just didn't give a fuck at some point.
No. I blame the school
Yes,
for
they
that
got it.
too. Fucking selling candy, dumb shit. When I will let it digress. Anybody else have anything to say?
No, sir.
That was it. All right.